Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Friday, June 19th, 2015. Well, yesterday was the 18th, my wife's birthday, and all the announcements weighing heavy on the market were in a slightly positive direction, and the market responded accordingly, so all my short delta suffered, I guess you might say. Nothing today. So besides being a Friday and we're moving into a weekend, for some reason today the coffee tastes exceptionally good. So it's going to be a good day, I can tell already. And Bob is moving in to the Ohio Valley this weekend. My understanding, I don't know how much he's run out of gas, but he's moving in anyway. So let's take a look at what's going on across the ponds, and maybe we can get out of class early today. Let's see, Asia is bullish, almost completely across the board. I don't know what's going on with Shanghai here. They did not have a very good day at all. Not at all. That's a big hit. And Europe is bullish across the board, and very, very strongly bullish, just like we were yesterday. Okay. Shooting right over here, let's take a look. I was looking at FIT because my son got my wife a FIT for her birthday. And there was a little bit of some problems and confusion in getting it synced up and reporting correctly. And I remember when my sister-in-law got one, and we happened to be there when that happened. It was a late shipment from a very late Christmas present. She also had problems with directions and getting things synced up and stuff. So, well, it's definitely not an Apple product, but very popular right now. Okay, so over here in the U.S., we're looking positive. So we may have a small gap up, or maybe not. Gold is at 1,200. Wow, what a climb. We'll take a look at GLD. Oil's at 60.15, but the price of gas is still down a little bit. And the dollar is recovering from its hit the last couple of days at 94.55. and $1.13 against the euro. The VIX is at 13.19, so there's not much going on from an IV perspective at all in our account. These are all butterflies which have a negative delta, and so does the new Priceline calendar has negative delta as well, although not very much, and it is not starting out on a good foot right now either. And we got some things expiring today that we're going to take a little bit of a loss on. But that is part of the game. So let's start out. Well, before we start with the scan, I want to jump over and take a look at the big chart. Here's the big chart on SPX where we have a majority of our trades. Very nice looking candle for the week. Definitely blew my little channel here, downwards channel, away. Let's take a look at a daily. Yeah, it just like blew right out of that channel, and now it's gone back into this wedge. So that's kind of sad, because I was looking for things to move down a little bit. We still have a little bit of time for this butterfly here. And then now we got to worry about things on the upside, but I think that there's just too much pressure in the downward direction for this to actually recover any. And it did actually, we may have a head and shoulders forming here of sorts. It did actually go down as far as this support here. Now, is it going to recover all the way up to here or not? I don't know. was a big day yesterday. And you can see that the PPS arrows are just like turning on and off, switching directions almost daily here. So there's a lot of volatility in price, but not an implied volatility, unfortunately. But a lot of big movements in price. Okay, so now we can jump over to Apple. All right, still not really interested in doing anything on Apple. Still not really sure where the heck this thing is going, and you can see that since February, it just really hasn't done much. Starting to look like General Electric or AT&T or something like that from a price movement perspective. You know, they're paying dividends, and you know, it's like, okay, all right, so what do we got here? Got a big company is what you got. All right, Amazon. Apple will never come off my list, at least probably as long as I'm alive. Just because that's Apple. We get the same thing going on with Amazon. Look at this. This looks like the Great Plains. Wow. Okay, so would you want to do anything there? I don't know. I should happen to do a calendar to the downside and a butterfly to the upside. Sort of an iron condor of sorts. Wonder how that would work out. I still got to deliver that video, and I don't think I'm going to get to it today either. And the weekend looks really busy, so I don't know. It's bugging me in the back of my mind that I have to do it, and I want to do it. It's trying to come out, but it's not yelling loud enough yet for me to set aside a decent amount of time to do it. All right, Baidu. We had what did we have? A calendar here too? Yeah, we had a calendar. And earlier in the week it paid out a little bit better than it is now. It's getting a little bit too high. But that was a good trade for this week, so we're just going to take that stuff off. So that would have been a good one. Let's see here. Let's take out all drawings. So Baidu is drifting higher, and probably would do a butterfly to the upside and a calendar to the downside. Chipotle, we have a butterfly on it, sort of cooperating. And is that one the one that Chipotle is a June 4th, so that's next week. We got some time on it yet, and it's actually giving us a little bit of a profit right now. Let's just zoom in one more on this, and we can see that it's trying to come back down to the break-even point. We would like to see it move down here into the juicy part. So we'll have to wait to see what's going to go on with that. Costco is going to be a total loser. There's really nothing I can do to get out of that one in any way, shape, or form. I looked at it yesterday, and we're just going to have to take the lumps on it. And the lumps are going to be, let's see here, Costco, June, the lumps is going to be $208 hit on that. So if we look at today's expiration, uncheck select all and just check June, and we'll filter the rest of the chaff out. So we're looking at, we're going to take that's a big hit here, 208. So that's going to hurt for this week. So we're going to have to learn how to manage these things a little bit better. And then we got a $17 hit here on this SPY. And I think those are pretty good insurance policies. I may sort of continue with those. So it's going to hurt a little bit this week. And I wanted to just point out here, this is the price line calendar, which I'll get to it when we get to price line. I recorded the IV and the IV percentile rank at that time. So this is a put calendar, and we're looking for a movement to the downside to 1140. So we'll take a look at that. Alright, back to the charts and a peek at the Dow. Okay, so it looks like we may have hit some support here. This is proved out twice in, over a 2-week period, but it still keeps coming down and testing it. So maybe we'll move down next week and test that. Here's gold. Nice pop up here. How is our covered call doing here? It's worth 29 cents. It's the July. I think we got like 73 cents or something like that for it, which we have recorded here. Gold covered call. We got $1.01 for it for this July. So our cost basis is down to 122.94, and if we were to get called out, we would take a 2.4% loss. But we have collected $605 in credits so far. So our return on investment is 4.58 at this time, and we just continue marching on that. We'll just continue to write short calls against it. Alright, this weekly 2015 trades, there we go. That's 2014 weekly. Okay, now back to this. Sorry for these diversions. Google. I will run this spreadsheet up this morning too. Google actually looks like it's going to break out of this wedge here to the upside. But we have definitely a lot of resistance, so we'll just keep an eye on that. LinkedIn. Nothing to say about LinkedIn either. It's just hanging out up there. NDX sticking to the channel here. So it's going to be creeping up. Might want to do a butterfly to the upside on that. Netflix. Would consider that. Netflix is sort of drifting up, but definitely not much price movement on it. Here's price line. What did we say, 1140 or something like that? Yeah, 1140. That's what we're looking for here. Would be somewhere down here by July expiration. So it's not even showing on this here. It'll be out here. So we'd be looking for 1140. A move down here, or at least something to give us a little juice on that baby. That was $330. So this is nothing to sneeze about. I mean, you gotta figure that, yeah, it really is going to head in that direction. So if we look at the Analyze tab, let's uncheck that. So we're in here live now. 310, is that what I said? There, we'll lock both of these in here, and we'll take a look at the difference between the two as time wears on. So we're just looking for a movement down here, and it's not really all that much of a movement for Priceline, but it could go in the other direction big time as well. Russell, definitely in a nice uptrend here. SPX, we already looked at that. And last but not least is Tesla. Big pop yesterday, but didn't really do anything now. That candle looks like a doji, but it's not really a doji because it needs to be in either a strong uptrend or a strong downtrend, and I'm not seeing that here. It looks just kind of flat, and then it just some pops, and then a doji-like candle, but not really a doji from previous bars. So it's doji-like, but it's not. I don't really consider that a doji. So that's it for today, and it's the weekend. So have a good weekend. Thank you very much for watching, and happy trading.